and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the love-hate challenge with Heather from Belle's Library. So if you're new to my channel and you didn't see that last time I did this with Joe from Read and Fight Like a Girl, I will link that video up here, so go check that one out. But if you've never seen this video, basically I picked 2 books, 2 movies, and 2 songs. One that I hate, one that I love. And Heather is going to read, watch, and listen to those 6 things, while I read, watch, and listen to her love-hate challenge, song, book, and movie. Cue the video. It was a very late night tonight. I had class after school today, so I had class after work, but yeah, so I've been up for a long time, but I really wanted to get this video started. So for the love-hate challenge, I have 2 songs to listen to. There's You Belong to Me by Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure it's You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. And Rich by Maureen Morris. I think that I've heard both of these songs. And honestly, Taylor Swift, the You Belong With Me song, is one that I used to make fun of all the time in high school, and like I was like, you belong with me, and me and my friends did this really awkward dance that I'm not gonna do right now or ever again in my life. So there's that. So let's listen to the Taylor Swift song first, and then Maureen Morris.
Your girlfriend, she's upset. I know about something that you said. It doesn't get you on humor like I do. I'm in a typical day's night. Music that she doesn't like. Never know your story like I do. She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's the captain and I'm on the bleachers. Bad day, we got the fire, but she went looking for. Spent here the whole time. Don't understand you. All alone, why can't you see? You belong with me. You belong with me. Myself, hey, isn't this easy? The next one. And I wear sneakers. You're captain and I'm on the bleachers. I've been here the whole time. See that I'm the one that understands you.
Okay, so You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift is done, and high school flashbacks, that's all I can say. In high school I thought it was annoying and peppy, and I kind of like guilty pleasure loved that song, even though it was annoying. Now that I'm 10 years older, no comments. I think it's just as annoying, and I still know every word to that song, but I think think this is the one that I would say that I don't like. It's so annoyingly peppy, and just the music video. I was watching the music video. Here, see. The music video is so cringy because it has Taylor Swift, like, giving her undying love to her neighbor boy, and she is also cheer captain and dating him, but she's wearing a dark-haired wig. But oh my god, it's just super, it's the song that I love to hate. So it's gonna be pretty hard to beat this in the love to hate section. So it's Rich by Maureen Morris. Okay. I think I know this one, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so I didn't know this song going into it. I know her from I Could Use a Love Song, 80s Mercedes. I'd be rich from the lies that you spread. I'd be rich. Okay, you know what? I kind of like that song. I don't think I'm familiar with it before this though. So my favorite line of that song is, if I had a dime for every time you crossed my mind, I'd basically be sitting on a big ass pile of dimes. I really like Maureen Morris, his songs. That was kind of the Taylor Swift song that we listened to was more peppy and upbeat. This one was kind of slower and still upbeat though. So, oh my gosh, what do I do here? So if it were me, I would still say that Taylor Swift, that particular song, You Belong With Me, is annoying and upbeat, and it's the song I love to hate. And, you know, I would say that between the two that I really like Rich by Maureen Morris. However, I think I'm trying to go into it with Heather's mindset. And my guess is that Heather likes You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift and hates Rich by Maureen Morris, because I can see why people wouldn't like this song, but for me it just appeals to me and I really, really do love it. Hi friends! So, we are in the middle of the love-hate challenge, and Jellybean wants to say you can love him or hate him, but then you have to do the opposite for Bella because they are polar opposites. I'm just kidding. I love them both. Bella is my other dog. She doesn't show up as much in videos because she's not a camera hog. Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that right? Okay. I am chapter 1 of We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. So far, I'm actually really, really enjoying this book. I know I'm only like very little into it, but I wanted to update you and tell you that I did start the book. I wanted to do well, how it was gonna go was songs, movies, then books, but I think tomorrow both my husband and I are off, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do music because we already did that part. Then this book will be read right now. Then we'll have the movies and I'll tell you my thoughts. Then we'll finish off with The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, which, spoiler alert, I'm not gonna like. Well, I'm trying really hard not to be negative, but I've never wanted to read a Kristen Hanna book, so it's scary. I will let you know when I get further into this book. Today, my only plans are to finish We Are Okay by Nina LaCour and to plan out some videos and some things for 2022. And I know there's going to be a lot of people right now that are like, 2022, that's so far away. But it's already mid-November, so I really have like a month and a half. But part of that time is going to be Christmas and being busy with that and not really focusing on the channel. Then part of that time is going to be Thanksgiving, and then also on top of that, this year I'm graduating from U of A. I've been very productive today. I did most of the dishes. I have like one more load left, and I'm collecting laundry to do laundry. And I have read 75% of We Are Okay, and I talked to my mom. And so I feel very productive today. The first day without student teaching is going very well. Now that I'm getting to the end of this book, though, I like it, and I can see why people would love it, but it's not like my favorite. It talks a lot about grief, and I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the LGBT representation. But I feel like nothing has happened in this book. Like, it's just her talking about how her grandpa died and her kind of moving on from that. But, like, nothing is happening. There's no plot at all to this story. I'm enjoying the flashbacks, and I'm enjoying getting to know her and her best friend and her grandfather and everything, but it's just kind of boring. Like, it's fine. Okay, so I finished We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, and it was okay. It definitely made my heart melt a little bit at the end. It was sad. It does deal with grief, like I've already said, and it has LGBT rep, which is good. I don't know. It felt like something was missing for me. Like, I was supposed to feel this stuff, and it was fine, but I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm about it. That I had a lot of problems with it, but the writing was really good, and the story was fine. It was just more. I think my main problem, is that it was more character driven than plot driven, because there's like no plot. Okay, there is a small plot, but like mostly you're just dealing with this girl who is dealing with grief, and you get her flashbacks of everything. Flashback. So it was okay. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars, and now I'm scared to read the next one because either she loved this one, which I can see why people would love it, but it just wasn't my type of thing, or she hated this one and the next one is going to be, oh, well, no, if she hated this one, then the next one will be better, but I don't know. It wasn't a bad book, it just wasn't for me. Like, I thought it was boring and slow and very character driven, which are not words I would use for books that I want to read. Ever. Hi! So we're having our first of 2 movie nights. What are we watching?
A movie.
What's it called?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, so
my wife, who was born yesterday, has never seen this movie.
So our first movie is It's a Wonderful Life, and that wasn't very nice. I was not born yesterday. So we just finished It's a Wonderful Life.
And she cried a lot.
You weren't supposed to tell. Okay, so I cried.
A lot.
A little. A little. I guess it depends on what your definition of a lot is. But, my thoughts are, who the heck could hate this movie? Like, this is the love-hate challenge. So, if this is the movie that you hate, Heather, we might have issues, okay? To work out. Like, that was such a powerful movie.
I still can't believe in your 28 years on this planet you haven't seen this movie.
It's in black and white. I didn't think I'd like it. Teaches me to judge book by its cover or movie by its
color.
Color, yeah. Oh, that might be even worse. I do see how it got a little bit long and a little bit boring towards the middle. Like, there was a point where it was a little bit boring, but okay, I cried. I got emotional. I really enjoyed that movie. So, initially, I'm saying that this is the one that Heather loves because I can't see how you cannot like this movie. But I guess we have to watch The Shining tomorrow and figure it out. She did tell me that she likes horror movies because I was asking her if she gets scared easy because I gave her a horror movie too. So I guess we'll see. It's funny though because Heather and I both picked one Christmas movie and one horror movie each. Good morning! So it's Thursday, whatever date it is, the 11th. That's right, it's the 11th because it's Jellybean's birthday! Whoop whoop.
It's Veterans Day.
Yeah, but it's Jellybean's birthday. Hey Jellybean, how old are you now?
Too old.
Like 5? Is he 5 or 6?
6.
He's 6? Oh my gosh, you old man.
If you were a human, you'd be getting a job now.
So it is also Veterans Day, so happy Veterans Day. To everyone out there. And I am in the middle of the Love-Hate Challenge with Heather. I am 30% into the audiobook of The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. And that doesn't sound like very much, but I am 4 hours into this huge audiobook. And I was not really liking it at first. It was kind of gross. There are parts about like killing animals and things like that. So if you do pick up this book, be warned. And now we are finally getting into this story where this guy has some kind, or you're led to believe that Lena's dad, it has some kind of mental health problem where he kind of has these PTSD outbursts and like he hurts people that are close to him, and then when he comes out of it he's like so apologetic and very sorry. And now this last time that he did something, he wasn't in that kind of state of mind, or at least it didn't seem like it. He was just being very jealous of his wife. So what happens in this book is that someone in the book dies in Alaska by going through the ice. And they go to the funeral, and Lena like holds out her hand and kind of just like pats the husband of the woman that died on the shoulder and kind of grabs his hand for a second, like very innocent. But as soon as they get home, Lena's dad starts beating her because he was very, very jealous, and he's like, you're my wife, you don't touch another man. And Lena was there witnessing her dad going off on her mom, and I feel like there's going to be more to come. And I like these kind of books that get into the mind like that, but I feel like this one might break my heart if I keep reading it, or when I keep reading it. Hey friends, so it's a little bit later. I'm finally 50% of the way done with The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. So, like, it's okay. Domestic violence, let's see. That is not a good thing, and it's something that I have a lot of experience with as a child. And I don't like reading about it, but the book is okay. I'm kind of feeling the same way that I was about We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. Obviously, there are way different books. One, I think they kind of might both deal with mental health. I'm still thinking that the dad has mental health problems. I'm assuming PTSD because he was fine before the war and now he's changed. So that screams PTSD to me. And then in We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, there was mental health representation in there too. But this book is so long. It's like, oh my gosh. It feels like I'm just reading the same thing over and over and over because a lot of times with domestic violence, you're going to get history repeating itself and things like that. So that's the type of thing that I'm reading. And alcoholism, and it seems like a very heavy book, but I'm not as connected to the characters as I want to be in this type of book. And I know that sounds really bad, but I don't know, I'm kind of just like drudging along just to finish it because of the challenge. But I don't know. I honestly hope this doesn't put me in a slump. Because We Are Okay was only okay for me. This one is kind of, I'm very like lukewarm about it as well. Oh my god. I'm 75% of the way into this massive book, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. And something like I wasn't surprised by this thing that just happened, but then the repercussions for this kind of big thing that just happened, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, you're following this family and the dad is very abusive towards the mom, and in this instance, he gets really mad and does something that he can't take back, and then, they do something else in retaliation. Like, I can't really say any more than that, and I know it doesn't sound that bad, but it was like, what? So I don't know how to explain this, but I feel kind of betrayed. Like, I wish this thing would have happened several hours ago because nothing has happened in this book. Like, it's all they're living in Alaska and they're telling you about their everyday life, and honestly, it's so freaking boring. So when this like big thing happened and everything, I'm like, finally. But at the same time, it's like several hours too late because I'm 75% of the way done with this book, but I still have 4 hours of the audiobook left, and I really don't know what else could be done from here. It's like, to me, it feels like this should be close to the end, but it's not. So I think it's just going to be drug on and on and on and on. And like, I'm so annoyed with this book. But to be honest, I didn't really like the other one either. It was just kind of like a 3-star lukewarm type of book. We just finished The Shining. That's what it's called, The Shining. And he's already coding.
Mm-hmm.
So, Heather, that was a terrible, terrible movie. My initial thoughts are, The Shining is a terrible, terrible movie. I have no desire to read the book now. Not that I really wanted to in the first place, but definitely not now. It was just slow and boring, full of cliches, like all of the cliches dumped into one movie. However, just because personally I thought that was a terrible movie, I can see how it helped the horror genre as a whole, and I can appreciate it for helping us get to where we are today. So I'm kind of stuck because I know that Heather and I both really like horror movies, but I still did not like this movie. So I think I'm going to say Heather hates The Shining and loves It's a Wonderful Life, because who could not like It's a Wonderful Life? I mean, I was the dumb one that wouldn't watch it because it was in black and white and I thought it would be terrible, but I'm mocking myself now because that was such a great movie. There were parts that got really boring in the middle, I'm not gonna lie. So that kind of worries me that maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going with my gut here, and it's telling me that It's a Wonderful Life is the one she likes, and The Shining nobody can like. Good morning! So, I am finishing this vlog here. I actually finished The Great Alone last night. What do I say about it? It had potential. Sorry, that's my coffee. But it had potential to be really good, but it was far too long. Nothing happened for the first 75% of the book. Then everything happened the last 25% of the book, and it was boring. I gave it 2 stars. But then, thinking about the other book that I read, We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, I gave it 3 stars, and I really didn't enjoy that one either. I didn't really enjoy either of them. I did, however, think We Are Okay was slightly better in execution, but I felt like there was no plot in that one, and that was my major with that book, was that there was no plot. It was just told a lot in flashback. It was very character driven, which is not what I like. Then, The Great Alone, nothing happens. I mean, like, small tidbits of things throughout, but it was really, really boring. Now, if I'm trying to think like Heather, which one does she love and which one does she hate? See, I felt pretty lukewarm about both of them. I don't ever want to reread either of them myself, but I think does she like historical fiction though? Okay, so I'm gonna go with my gut here, and my gut says that she loves We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, and she hates The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna.
Hello Hello, I'm Heather. My channel is Belle's Library, and Alita, I have some good stuff for you and not so good stuff for you. So I guess we're just gonna let's talk about movies first. And so I sent you 2 movies to watch. The first one was It's a Wonderful Life, and then we had The Shining. So I don't know which one you thought I loved and hated, or which ones you loved or hated, but I love It's a Wonderful Life. It is one of my absolute favorite Christmas stories. I just think that I don't know, I don't watch a lot of older movies like that at all, but I love this black and white film. I think it's so heartwarming. It just makes me think of Christmas and winter, and I just adore it. I love the angel in here who's trying to get his wings. I just think so cute. And this family trying to come together, and oh my gosh, fixing up an old house is like a dream of mine. I don't know. I love It's a Wonderful Life. So definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies. The Shining, not one of my favorites. I know people really like this. I just felt like it was kind of a little bit slow, a little bit dawdling along, like a lot of Stephen King's books, I feel like, in general. Sometimes they're just a little bit too long and I need a little more going on. So yeah, it was just kind of a dud for me. I know that's surprising. I feel like a lot of people love it. And nothing against the acting. I think the acting was really well done in The Shining. It just was not a book. I'm so used to talking about books that I kept doing this in my vlog too. I kept saying books when I meant to be talking about the movies or the songs. Not a movie for me. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about the 2 books that I sent you. So we had The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna and We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. The Great Alone, let's start there. This one, I hated this one. I felt like it was so long. I felt like the pacing was off. Like I felt like it would go up and down in weird spots. And then towards the end, it was like, oh, this is over. Oh no, we're still going. Oh, this is over. No, we're still going. Like it just felt like it really dragged. I wasn't connected to the characters. I feel like if I could really have connected to the characters, I probably could have loved this, but I just never did. I just felt like it was just kind of boring and long, and we were just going on and on about Ernst and his issues, and I struggled with this one, and I didn't really like the way it ended as well. I felt like it just seemed unrealistic, and I don't know. Not for me. And I know you were worried about reading this one, so I'm guessing that it possibly did not go so well for you either. I'm hoping you loved We Are Okay, though, because I adore that book. I feel like it's one of those books, too, that just, like, grows on you over time. You think about it more and more, and I adore Nina LaCour's writing. It is so beautiful. I think it's my favorite book by her that I've read so far. I can't wait to read more by her. I don't know, something about her writing is just gorgeous. And I just really appreciated the 2 timelines. I like when there's 2 timelines and they're kind of leading up to something and you're trying to figure out what happened to get us to this present day timeline, what happened in the past. I eat that stuff up. So that was wonderful. I really need to reread this book. It's kind of like a shorter book that's short and sweet, and I could reread it and just love and enjoy it so much. But I feel like there was some great representation in here between mental health and LGBTQ, grief, the realities of how you find out so much about somebody after they've passed that you didn't know, and how that can kind of change your perspective of them. I thought that was really well done, and the friendship going on between the 2 main characters, I thought that was really sweet, and kind of the found family aspect. I don't know. I ate it up. And yeah. So that's my books and which ones I hated and loved. And then the songs. So the songs, we have 2 of them. And I honestly did not do very well with this winter theme on this part. We had You Belong to Me by Taylor Swift and Rich by Maren Morris. And they're not wintry related, but I was having a hard time with that. Although I think you did a pretty good job of figuring that out. But I was just like, How am I fitting this into the theme? I don't know. So, I don't like Taylor Swift's music. I'm sorry, don't come for me, people. I know people love Taylor Swift, but I've just never really enjoyed her stuff. I find it to be a little bit like young and cheesy, and I don't know. I don't enjoy her music. So that one was no go for me. But I adore Maren Morris. Anything that she puts out, I eat it up. I have so much fun listening to Rich, and just like I will dance and sing my little self all over the house if I have that song going. I just enjoy it. It's fun and upbeat, and I adore Maren Morris's voice. It's so beautiful. Anything she puts out, I love it and I eat it up. So there it is, what I loved and hated for you. And you'll have to let me know. Well, I'll watch your video and I'll find out if you guessed correctly on what I loved and hated, and if you found any movies or books or songs that you love or hate now as well. Okay, I'll talk to you later.